Well, good afternoon, everybody. I'm Deb Sofield, and you're listening to my weekly podcast series called Encouragement for Your Life. Most of you know I'm a national speaker, trainer, and coach. I like to say I help people find their voice and learn to use it. I'm also a conference speaker on the topics of public speaking, presentation skills, how to deal with the media, and crisis communication. I've got a number of other presentations on my website if you'd like to check those out. If your organization has an upcoming conference and you need a keynote speaker, I hope you'll reach out at debsofield.com. I would love to be a part. I've got a number of great books on the market. My best-selling book, Speak Without Fear. My book, Perfecting Your Platform. Both of those are on Amazon and Audible if you like to listen to books. And my series, Encouragement for Your Life, which is a compilation of these podcasts, they're available on Amazon, volumes 1 through 3. Just go into Amazon, type in my name, Deb Sofield, all my books will appear. I've got a great show for you today. I'm calling it Garbage In, Garbage Out. I'm Deb Sofield. Thanks for joining me. Stay tuned. I'll be right back. All right, it's just a personal issue with Deb. I fully admit it. I gotta say, I have no idea why people watch TV. Consider this a rant, and forgive me if you feel otherwise, that's fine. But in the space of 2 minutes of my clicking through TV channels in my hotel room, I gotta tell you, I saw horrifying and gruesome abuse, always directed towards women. When I see physical beatings of men and women on TV, unbelievable vulgar language, and inappropriate comments and harm to children, and we wonder what's wrong with our world. Have to admit, I've never been a big TV watcher. I taught myself years ago to put down the remote and pick up a book. And listen, I love TV as much as the next person. And I'm a huge fan of Josh Gates of Expedition Unknown. He finds himself in the middle of some crazy adventures. I love any food travel show that Sam the Cooking Guy does or some of the others on TV. And listen, I'm a huge baseball fan. But the other stuff, count me out. I have a very odd recall mechanism that seems to replay the 3-second horrid scene that I should have clicked through, but I stopped a second too late. And now it's a real effort to erase that mental image from my mind and get back to my work. Have to say, it seems to me that TV imitates life. Garbage in from what shows up on TV seems to be the garbage acting out of our society today. Just like the garbage talk of negative comments of unkind friends and family, to the snarky, jealous remarks from coworkers, to rude drivers and unpleasant people. How it affects us, if we're not careful, is the garbage out of our reactions. We may very well exhibit the same veracity towards others that was smeared on us if we don't stop and think about our actions, and if we don't keep ourselves in check and move to the gentle and kind side of the street. Speaking of streets, I was working in Philadelphia this week against the backdrop of amazing history and food and all the fun this city has to offer. Well, there's the other side of the street that I walked by on my way to see the documents of history that allow us to pursue the dreams of liberty and justice for all. Unfortunately, the other side of the street is home to homelessness, of the broken, and the ill. And friend, the difference is noticeable and frankly heartbreaking. One thing that strikes me about this vibrant historical city is the level of garbage that is everywhere, whipped up by the wind as it cyclones between monster-sized glass and brick buildings that tower over the original historic structures. Without a doubt, the architectural beauty of many old buildings in this town truly is a wonder to behold, once you get past all the garbage that surrounds it. Now I'm staying downtown in a beautiful old building that was once used as the headquarters and offices for the old Reading Railroad Company. The train station attached to the building was the largest single-span arched roof structure in the world when it was completed, and it saw over 45,000 passengers a day during its peak years. The current layout of the roads and skyscrapers, well, it's an interesting mix of old and new, and together, it is a bustling place for tourists and locals and, in my case, convention goers. One thing I am impressed by is the wonderful preservation of historic buildings of our founding fathers in this town. These buildings were meant to last. No garbage here. Nothing here that is flimsy and destructible. Nope, not in these buildings. The smoothed brick and the ancient stones hold up well against the glass and metal skyscrapers that encompass them on every side. The builders understood the value of a strong foundation that would not be swayed by the tides of leadership, nature, or personal ambition. Garbage in, garbage out. Have to admit, I know that is an odd theme for a podcast, but as I walk the streets of this historic town and see the truth of this town's situation, as I'm watching from afar the world unfolding with reckless destruction, and as I listen to stories of personal pain and devastation, I'm seeing firsthand the end result of garbage in, garbage out. And frankly, it concerns me. So, as your friend, I'd like to help you recognize and remove garbage from your life so you can live your best life ever. I consider garbage to be the words that ring in your ears, hurled by those who secretly seethe with jealousy and rage at your seemingly indestructible self. I'm concerned when I see garbage actions that are set up as a trap to entice you away from what you know is right and good in an effort to damage and hurt you and your reputation. Mostly, I'm disheartened by the garbage attitudes that are meant to dismiss and demean you in front of others, while believing the false assumption that by putting you down, they lift themselves up. I hope you never forget that the problem is with them and not with you, dear listener. Remember, their words are hollow. Their trap will only ensnare you if you leave the honest path, and their belittling you only reflects their lack of self-worth. I assume at one time some of these were your friends, and I put that in quotes, and some were family. And these folks at one point were not filled with so much rage, i.e. garbage. But today, it seems as I look around or listen or watch that they and others like them are full to the brim with vitriol that is so destructive. I think it's best to leave them alone. Pick up your personal shield and take cover from the never-ending flow of gossip, lies, backbiting, and plain old nastiness. We all have choices how we deal with the weight of unkindness that is thrust upon us. We can fight and become stained in battle, or we can walk away and close our eyes and ears to the taunts of those who, frankly, wouldn't stand a chance if we ever did go after them. Or we can cast aside our honor and dignity and respect and meet them in the mud pit for a final showdown. Lest you wonder what I advise you to do, let me quickly state for the record, you don't have time to waste on such foolishness. So no, you're not going to meet anyone in the mud pit. Thought I should just make that obvious. It only stands to reason that if the world, by its incessant beat of selfishness, fills our friends and family with anger, and dare I say it, hate toward the issue of the day or perceived offenses of familiar family disruptions, unless they implode due to the weight of the burden that they are willingly carrying to prove their shallow worth, limited intelligence, or frankly lack of value. Oh, my friend, they will explode all over you and everyone else they come into contact with. Okay, your best bet is to seek shelter, step aside, or slowly move away from the ticking time bomb of someone's unhinged emotions. Now, frankly, I'm all for moving away and keeping a mile of distance from those who do not value you or only value you for what they can squeeze out of you. I'm all for recognizing and reorganizing your time so you don't have to deal with their dual personalities of sweetness until they don't get what they want, which then turns into nastiness when they realize you, my friend, are not fooled by their act. And I applaud those who can grit their teeth and say hello and goodbye without engaging in the drama of garbage-filled conversations of made-up accusations. When I was younger, avoidance was not my weapon of choice. Alas, I am older and hopefully wiser, and I have learned both the hard and the right way that by giving a soft answer, as much as I hate it sometimes, it does turn away wrath. And if that doesn't work, just turning away and being unavailable by phone or text or in person, hey, come to find out that does the trick also. I no longer have an interest in kicking the hornet's nest to see the action or reaction of my angry friends, as fun as it may seem sometimes. And I would advise, friend, you shouldn't do it either, okay? Angry hornets can sting more than once, and their sting hurts more than most other flying insects due to their poison. That being said, if you are kind and sweet and loving and you find your purpose in consistently helping the angry class and you see a bit of light in the darkness, by all means shine a light to help connect with those who are lost in a sea of anger. Perhaps you can help them to the safety of the shore. I wish you well. The moral of my message is this. I don't want to fill my life with garbage. I don't want to be filling my mind with garbage. And I don't want to be a part of any garbage that could stain my reputation, my heart, or my head. And because I am, obviously, garbage averse, I will work diligently to keep it away from me so I don't become embroiled in any way in which it might entangle me, so I fall into the trap of garbage in and garbage out. Friend, be careful who you associate with. Be wise when it comes to choosing friends. And be aware when dealing with family. Because when all is said and done, you become the company you keep. So if they're not on the right side of the street, going in a positive direction, don't be surprised when you trip over garbage and end up in a place that is not of your choosing. Garbage in, garbage out. Believe it or not, it never changes until you change what you accept in your life. Dear listener, stand strong in the firm foundation of your well-built past and choose wisely in the community of your current environment. Know that there is no shame in protecting yourself from the words and actions and attitudes of those who seem to enjoy the garbage of their own doing. Oh, goodness, life is too short to live in the garbage dump of others' making. And by the way, if you find yourself in an unfortunate situation, wash yourself off and begin again with those who will lift you up, encourage you, and embrace the beautiful person you are. Why? Because you don't belong on that side of the street. I know, a very different topic today, but I have to tell you, I was very surprised about how not clean Philadelphia was. But I did have a great time. Wonderful food, amazing people, but it was overshadowed by what I saw everywhere. And what is so interesting to me is that it really is easily reflected in the lives of those who just live in a state of anger. And I gotta say, it does rub off if you're not careful. So we have to be careful. And that's why I decided today was the day to share this message with you. I know it may seem that I use the same message once or twice, but friend, I'm telling you, anger will burn down your house. And I don't want you to live that way. And I don't want you to be associated with angry people. Because believe it or not, that anger does rub off. And your life's better than that. And I'll tell you what, if you'll join me next week, we will continue the journey towards your success for a better day. Because friend, that's what I want for you. And remember, Deb doesn't care what the world says about you. I want you to know I care about you. And I care about you because I know you can do big things. But that's only going to happen when you stay away from the garbage. And here's my promise. We'll walk alongside together as we follow your dream to an amazing life together. All right, take care, everybody. Join me next week.